here want to talk about the subject that comes to mind, and that is The Power Book 2 Ghosts, Episode 7 Review, Final Season. Apologies for this one being late. Your boy had to do some work last night, and so he was very, very busy. But I'm here now. Now, what happened in this episode? This episode was all about Diana getting her revenge on Felicia. That dominantly was the number one thing about this episode. And Tate wanting revenge for what happened to his brother. And so when it comes down to it, you had a whole bunch of other stuff mixed in the middle as well. Tariq feeling as though he has to have Diana's back. Him being angry about losing the baby. Him reaching out to Tasha and him because it traumatized him so much he wanted to check on his family. Diana literally losing herself and becoming like a Monet. And Monet going out her way to make sure she takes care of business. Right now at this point, the Tejadas and Tariq were moving in unison, which does happen in the series. Every once in a while, they all move as a team. Brayden was the only one that was kind of slipping because it seems as though Elle revealed the plans that's going on with Tariq and him to the rest of her group members. And this is going to lead into an even bigger problem. And not only that, he did a mission with Effie and Kane, which was pretty cool. It's very season 1, season 2-ish. So when it comes down to it, this episode was very, very good. It stuck to what it was going to do and try to do, and that was get revenge for Diana losing her baby, her and Tariq's baby. Effie was in this episode a lot more, so that was a change of pace too. Effie has been showing up a lot more than she was, especially in comparison to part 1 earlier with this season right here, where we saw her presence less and less. We're seeing her now more and more. So when it comes down to it, this episode, it stuck to what it was supposed to be. We have a situation where the big one was Kane offering to marry Noma to make her a citizen in the country, which is very smart. But at the same time, it's very risky because at the end of the day, even though Kane is willing to sign paperwork to make sure Noma is protected, you know your boy Kane got some tricks up his sleeve. Drew is getting in real tight with Detective Carter, who seems to be losing himself because ever since taking out Tate's brother, he seems as though he doesn't even know what to do and that he's losing his mind a little bit. And the one line that really gets me at the very end, which pretty much further ignites Tariq and Carter's feud, was when Carter looked at Tariq in his face and said, "I own you now," only for Tariq to have a stare down at him, saying as though he's plotting on him and he's going to take him out. Now, Tariq is in a situation in the next episode where he's pretty much focusing on trying to take out either Noma or take out Carter. Now, basically, Carter's like he wants as much information on Noma as much as possible, and he's going to try and take her down, while at the same time, Tariq is partnered up with Noma now, and he doesn't really want to take her down, so he's like stuck in the middle. Not just him, but the Tejadas are as well, other than Kane. So when it comes down to it, I personally think we about to wrap things up with Carter, but at the same time, it seems as though things about to get wrapped up with Noma as well. I don't know about you guys, but this season does not seem final. It seems like another part in Book 2 Ghosts. Like, you know how it feels when something is final. You know how it feels when something is over. And maybe we'll see more of that in the final episodes, but it seems to me like usually whenever something is about to be over, people start dying episode by episode. Like very important people start going down episode by episode. The only people we really lost in this season was dominantly that has become important was Obi. We've lost Salim, and he was a minor character. But other than that, no major deaths have really happened in this show yet to any character who has been a presence. And I feel as though somehow this may change in the last couple of episodes, but this seems to be leading into another spinoff, if anything. Or maybe that's just something they got going on right now, and they want us to think about it to say, okay, well, it didn't end like we thought it would. It kind of leaves it where it's open, where everybody could come back and they could do another season or another series of the show, which is what I think is going to happen anyway. But when it comes down to it, pretty good episode. I give this a good 8 out of 10. The season, part 2 of this season is really heating up. It's doing really good jobs. Every episode is pretty strong. And I look forward to seeing what's coming next. But I just want to say to all of you that it is your boy, Bobby B's here. Just want to say much love, much respect. Hold it down. And